The thing about the Black Community Crusade for Children is that if you join, not only does it give you a base from which to do the good work that you need to do in the world, it gives you a foundation that you can count on. And to do the work that we need to do, we need that foundation. So I want to make you know that we're inviting you into something that can transform your life and make you more powerful and make you more secure and make your reach go beyond where you think it can go. The other thing I want to share with you is that when we started this work 20 years ago, we spent a lot of time telling ourselves stories about our own childhood, our own neighborhoods, our own communities. And in telling each other those stories, we inspired ourselves to know that we had an obligation to give back because we had been given. And that's an important thing to own and to recognize. But I think it's equally important that we not become nostalgic for a time that never was. My husband is a little older than I am, and when I met him in college, he was in medical school, I was in undergraduate school, and he had been in the Army, so he was a little older even for a medical student, because he has out of school for about 3 or 4 years. I think he was 27 when I met him. And he told me that having grown up in Harlem, he grew up with 13 guys. They used to ride their bikes. They used to hang out together. And at that time, when he was 27, he said, of the 13, 10 of them were dead, and 2 of them were in jail. And he was in medical school. Now, I had grown up in a very structured, protective community in St. Louis, Missouri. I grew up in the St. Louis, Missouri middle class. And I only knew one person who had gone to jail. And I didn't know anybody who had been killed. And I never forgot that story from my husband, because as I have reflected on the richness of my own growing up, I know that it was an anomaly. It was an anomaly that a lot of people experienced, but it was an anomaly. We cannot be nostalgic for a time that never was. Some of us were very lucky. Many of us were not. The other thing I want us to remember is that we are today and we are tomorrow. We are not yesterday. We have got to deal with what we have now, and we have to anticipate what we're going to be up against. We got to get grounded in the values of what's needed, but we're going to have to create it out of whole cloth that's made out of today and tomorrow. Jeff heard the stories, and he experienced some of it himself in terms of the richness of Black community. But he did not go out and have 100 children and create that community for them. He built an institution that can house 10,000. And he hired over 1,000 people to provide the fabric of community that is important for the healthy development of our children. He used what he had today. He wasn't nostalgic for a time that never was. He understood the best from the past. He used what he had today to create it, and we're all looking to how to be able to sustain that and the future support that we need as we go forward. So let's be realistic about where we are, about where we're going, appreciate the values from the past, value what we have now, and the most that we have is each other. We could do whatever we need together. We have whatever we need to do it. It's just up to us to utilize what we have been given and what we have earned to be able to give back and create the world that our children deserve. And I am just thrilled to be starting off again to do it with you. Thank you.